Check, is this thing even on? Oh, I hope I got audio working right. I've been tinkering and messing around and... Hello everybody, welcome to the show. This is Psycho Studio 7 coming at you a little late night madness for you. I got some tips, I got some tricks, I got some ideas, doing a little project and swapping files from my Windows PC, the DAW that I use, an old DAW at that, swapping files from this DAW to a DAW on the iOS on my iPhone for GarageBand, right? I've already done most of the tedious work. I've labeled, I've saved, I've got everything ready, sort of. So let me just throw you over to the other screen. Here you can see I spent hours recording new parts for the song, the same old parts but making new recordings. It was a pretty neat process. I discovered a way of doing it that helped me. As Pete Johns popped in last night or the night before last, while I was attempting to do this live, he mentioned how difficult it is recording for loops, creating loops from recordings, and getting those nice clean cuts and having the loop work good. I found a method that works for me. When I'm trying to record a certain guitar riff, I think from now on I am going to copy the drum part for that riff like a million times, and then I'm going to record myself playing just that one riff to the drum part over and over and over and over and over, and then if it's, say it's a 4-bar part, I'm going to highlight 4 bars and I'm going to keep moving that highlight until it loops clean. Find the one that worked the best, and then out of the ones that worked the best, make sure obviously the ones where I played it correctly, kept syncopation with the drums, enunciated the notes, get a certain tone that I was hoping to reflect. And so out of like 15 or 20 repetitions, grab one 4-bar section and set it aside. Grab the drums for the next part. Do the same thing. Play the riff over and over and over again along with that drum part until I find just the right one. Set that one aside. So I spent hours last night. I'm going to say about 7 hours total. I took a break in between to have a little chat session with someone, and then got back into it. And next thing I knew, I looked down at the clock. It was like 11:30, and I had to shut down and hit the sack. So I popped back on today. I kind of finished cleaning up what I was working on, and then so what I did was I made this like really short stack compilation of all the parts, all the good pieces that I kept, so that I could transfer each one individually as its own WAV file for movement to other systems and whatnot. And I color coded them and labeled them so to help me not get so confused, as I think I made several attempts on the live stream. I ended up deleting them all and trying again because I forgot to mute a certain track with it, so there were 2 parts in that file instead of 1, and all kinds of little stupid mistakes. So yeah, organization helps. I cleaned it up. I changed the colors. The light blue is just repetition of a riff in order to fit the layout so that would work for this purpose. I'll show you. Like for instance, these the white and gray down here, those are going to be, when I put them in the GarageBand loop table, essentially would be what we call a one-shot. because it's not a loop to repeat, but it is a file that would be coincide, and so I got to keep the timing right when I run that in the loop table. I'll show you later what I mean. But so as I'm going along here, the colored parts are just the file I'm saving. The light blue is just where it repeats in order to. So here, this is like the super short condensed version, my re-recording, like semi-final cut of the guitar parts. That might be my next big track kind of thing. Something going on with it. I don't want to divulge too much. And of course it's not playing. It has a little issue every once in a while. Prioritizing the driver. So that's basically the bare nuts of what I need to make what I've got going on right now so far. So what I did, I already saved each one individually to files, so we can close this right out. We don't need to see that. You can't really see very well, but I got a few folders here. Drum, I'm calling it drum temp because I am hoping to have a real live drummer enter into a recording session of insanity and madness, probably, because I don't usually record drums. It'll be a new thing for me to try to record live drums. I got a kit, drum mic kit and set up. So that'll be a first. They'll be replacing the drums that I'm using for the build so far. So they're called drum temp. I got guitar 1, guitar 2, the intro one shots, and guitar 3 is actually a third guitar part. So I guess you can see I've got iTunes open as well. Let me throw myself in here too. Hi. I've got iTunes open, and I've got my phone plugged in. Keep in mind, this is a Windows PC. This is like an HP Omen built by Bang & Olufsen. I mean, very window, not Apple-y at all. So, but you can get iTunes for your Windows PC, which is cool. It helps you link your Apple with your Windows. The iTunes is essential for this. When you plug your phone in, and you can click on this little corner tab, a little picture of your phone, and you come down to file sharing, and you come down to say GarageBand. This will put these files in the Files app on your phone in a GarageBand transfer folder or something like that. So I'm going to do a little experiment, see if I can just grab each folder instead of each file one at a time. See if it'll drop folders for me. It'll help me find stuff later on. Did I get them all? One more, I think. No, where'd they go? Oh, you know what? I'm scrolling the wrong bar. Here we go. there's intro one shots is in there. Guitar 2, guitar 1, guitar 3. And should be drum temp somewhere. Drum temp. There we go. 5 folders. They're in there somewhere. So now, that's all it took. Just dragging those folders into here. It's already on my phone. I'm done. So I'm going to close that and get out of iTunes. Because we're done. Now, it's already there. So I'm going to share with you another thing I learned. I can't say enough good things about what Pete Johns can teach you about using GarageBand and just recording in general. A lot of the skills that he teaches with GarageBand and what's the other one they're doing now on iOS? I can't remember the name of it. But the skills and the tricks, they're transferable to almost every DAW. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of figuring out where that feature is, or how functional that feature is in your particular DAW. And of course, there are little tricks and ways to maneuver around things that certain ones can't do and make them do it, or something like it. You know, like stereo effects, panning left and right. GarageBand's kind of funny with that, with the what's it called? The automation feature, panning left to right and stuff. There's ways to do it, but it's tricky. Other DAWs, it's real easy. But you know, I mean, the skills that he teaches are transferable. And like I was saying, one of the things he taught me, as I digress, I'm sorry, is how to share iOS on a Windows PC. And it's with an app called Reflector 4. I haven't used it in a while. Let's see if this works. Oh, jeez. We're going to have to do an update and all that stuff. Install and relaunch. Accepting terms. Yada yada yada. Oh, losing everything. All the screens went dark. I suppose I should have got this open and ready before I started too. I just didn't want to tax the machine. Okay, finish. Okay, move it over here. See, same icon. We're all good. And what it does is it opens a little screen like this. And then you gotta go to your phone on the lock screen. No. Yeah, on the lock screen, if you reach from the top and pull down, I can't show you this part yet until it gets running. That's the weird part. I gotta remember how to do it now. The screen mirroring, the two little overlapping square icon. You can see that with this app running, your computer shows up. See, now I've just got a verification code on off screen, so I'm going to enter it into the phone now, just to show you what you got to go through to get it working. There's nothing too difficult. And okay, so there's that. What happens if I go sideways? Anyway, like I said, if you pull from the top corner, you get this screen, and you see the little two overlapping squares. That's your screen mirroring feature from Apple. And if you pull that up, your computer should show up if you've opened the Reflector 4 app. It should, because it's wireless, it's Bluetooth, whatever. It should already be paired up. You just gotta open it and verify with a code. So okay. Oh, by the way, Yeah, I have a QR code. I'll leave that up for a second if you want to scan that. That's a link to all my socials, my Facebook, my YouTube, my SoundCloud, Twitch. So you can follow me anywhere I am. Anyway, so we put those files in the Files app. Let's just go look in the Files app. Oh, I got something going here. Oh, let's see. Let's just look up drum temp. There it is. There's a folder right in the middle, drum temp, and there's my files. Let's see if they work. Oh, hey. So there they are. So now I got to open GarageBand and find them. Drum temp. Oh, it's right there. There's a folder right there. Look at that. Interesting. Cool. Cool. So let's go back and we're going to create a new song. And I'm going to do the live loops table. I'm going to create a new one, a blank one. There is a slight audio delay using the AirPlay. Yada yada yada. Okay, before you do anything when you're starting a new song, you need to match tempos. I happen to know that I recorded everything on my other DAW in a tempo of 120 because that is the default when I start the app, and I didn't change it, so that hopefully was the tempo we're using. That'll make bar lines line up and other instruments and everything work properly for you. So now we got to find those files, right? So you go to that little loop-de-loop thing. I don't want them. I could move the files. I'd rather just find them myself. Drum temp. Yes. Now I gotta. Oh, wait. There we go. And what did I call it? Oh, there's other drum stuff. I have too many files in here. Wow. So drum intro, drum riff 1 with 3, drum with riff 2, whatever. The fun part's going to be finding these. Alright. I already did it, but I'm going to do it again. Alright. Let's search for drum intro. Right there. Oh, why isn't it? What's going on here? Alright, yeah. Too many damn files. Why wouldn't it work? Drum with, oh, there's drum with riff 2B. Why can't I find it? Wow. They're faded. Why won't they work? Interesting. Drum with riff 1, the drum with riff 2, they're all right there. For some reason. It doesn't like to be there. Oh, goody. Yeah, they're faded. They're not usable at the moment. I wonder what happened. As you can see, I've done it a lot. Why didn't it work this time? Any guesses? Hey, Frank Terzo. Good to see you too, bub. Unfortunately, I just ran into a snafu just in time to catch me not being able to do what I said I was going to do. What did I do wrong? Oh, I think I know. Can I select those? And I want to move them. What is going on here? Interesting. I wonder why that won't work. This might be a show for another night. What did it just do? Okay. On my phone. See, that works. Move. Okay. Move. Move it here. Drum with riff 1 and 3. Drum with riff 1 and 4. What? Drum intro, drum with riff 1 and 3, drum with riff 2. We're gonna move here. Now, if that worked, we'll have to go through all that to get them in there in GarageBand. Screw it. Let's hit move files and let it do it all on its own. And it didn't work. Well, this is very disappointing. They're still not. Wow. Must be something wrong with the format. Gosh. I am so sorry that this isn't working. They're right there and they won't work. I wonder what that's all about. Usually that works. Maybe it's a file type issue. So I think I exported them as compressed waves. I think it needs to be an uncompressed wave. That might be my issue. That might be my issue. I am going to do an experiment real quick. Solo that out. Export. I'm going to change the file. There we go. Get rid of the compression is IMA80PCM. I'm wondering if that's a format issue. That was something new I was trying. I was liking the end result sound of the format of the file, so I thought I'd try that. I'm doing the entire drum track from my scaled down version just as an experiment. Yeah, I know that. Okay. And it's in here, right? So now I gotta open iTunes again. Oh my gosh, I got everything open over on this other screen. It's insane. But I totally dig that I can share the screen, the phone, on a Windows computer. I just don't know how, if it significant that is. To me, that's a big deal. Yeah. File sharing with my phone, GarageBand. Where did the file go? Right here. And that is on the phone. Confirm that it makes it to the phone. What is it moving? Hey, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. It's the compression. The file type. See? Live and learn. Now we know you cannot transfer compressed WAV files into GarageBand. They have to be uncompressed. I'm unimpressed. Oh my goodness. All these things open. I don't even know what's on your screen at the moment. I can't even see it. Okay. We're still good. We're good. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me transfer all of these files again just to do this tonight. I'd really like to, though. This is crazy, but yeah, now that I transferred that file, it's a loop. One more time, and then the next drum part starts somewhere there. There should be a quick drum fill. There it is. And then the last bit, which is like the first riff again. I don't know if you can hear me over it. So yeah, that's how it's done. Live and learn. Must be uncompressed wave. Oi. Really. Absolute insanity. So many freaking things you gotta know and do. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 files I've got to transfer again, one at a time. From this one. I guess I can show you how I did that a little bit. I'll do a couple of them. So I know the intro, to tell you the truth, this intro drum is actually the second half of the next drum part. Drum intro. I'm going to export it as a wave. No longer compressed on that thing. Yeah. I can't type all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, I really can't. Doing it one-handed. Got my phone in one hand, typing on the computer on another. Trying to. Drum intro. Yes, we know it did that. And then, real quick, we'll Switch over to the iTunes. This is crazy. I got everything running all at once. My computer is going to catch on fire. Oh boy. File sharing. GarageBand. There's drum intro. See if it's in here. No longer shaded. Bingo. Cool. Let's get rid of this one. So this is just the intro part. See, it's starting to work. Starting to work. Oh. So what I can do now, I'm going to do this out of order. It's going to screw me up. I'll go get the one shot. I'll show you that stuff. That one was, I think it was 13 bars. I made those. Oh. Clip the end at 13. 13 bars. Yes, sir. And we're going to solo out that one. Make sure I turn the drum one off. I don't want that with it. Export. And this one would be intro guitar. Oh yeah, it was a guitar intro one shot. Guitar intro one shot. Uncompressed. Drag it into the GarageBand file transfer. Let it move the file. It's going to be in there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm looking for the wrong. It was guitar. What was it? Guitar one shot? G. Guitar intro one shot. I forgot I was going out of order here. Okay, see, and now it's set up as a loop right now. You gotta go in and edit. Settings. And turn the looping off. So now it's just a one shot. Or what they call a one shot. It plays once. Just like the tracks view. So the reason I want to do this in the loop table is because I can push that little triangle at the bottom and have them start up synchronized. Okay, not bad, not bad. A little bit of progress, slowly but surely. It's gonna be another late night because I don't want to stop. I was all excited I had them already, but they were freaking compressed. Okay, so let's solo out the second layer to that guitar intro and do that again, export it. And I gotta name it so I know what the hell it is. One shot 2. Now it should be transferable. I want to click it on my screen with my I gotta touch it with my finger. Guitar, one shot. Oh, you know what? Skipped a step, didn't I? I didn't put it on the phone yet. Guitar intro, one shot 2. So many apps, so many screens, so many things. Oh my goodness. Yes, move files. That's what we're looking for. Guitar intro, one shot 2. So now they should be. Oop, I gotta make it a one shot though, don't I? There. I have a problem that this isn't going to work the way I want. Not for that part anyway. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah, this is where the whole live thing goes on. There's a live loops table. If I get the next drum part set up, which would be 4 bars, I believe. I'll solo the drum. Make sure the guitar isn't still soloed, and it is. So now it's only transferring what I'm soloing out and what I've highlighted with the start and stop markers up here. I love that the start and stop marker at the top, the little loop bar, because that's how I found the ones that looped best. You can hear the start and stop, you know what I mean? You use this, you can slide it around real quickly and find where they come together seamlessly. Like that. And that's pretty cool. Okay. Exporting. Click on here, rename, and this one is drum with riff 1. I got this whole labeling scheme so I know what column to put them in, and next time that comes up I'm going to mute it so it comes up muted every time. Windows Media Player. Now we put them on the phone. Next step. Now you can see why it takes hours and hours. You might complain about prices of music, but when you think about it, you're not paying for like a 2-3 minute track. You're paying for the hours and hours and hours the artist spent tinkering and clipping and perfecting and recording and redoing, and there's a lot more that goes into it than just that 2 or 3 minutes of that song you're buying. You know what I mean? You're paying for a lot more than that, and I think like for us indie artists, you know, the standard, the what, $1.29. I said that's pretty damn cheap considering all the work that we put into some of this stuff. Really, that's a bargain. Actually, I think it's kind of a steal, a ripoff. I think we're getting screwed, dude. But anyway, what did I just do? Drum with riff 1 needs to go over there, right? Drum with riff 1 is now on the phone. Up to D's. Drum with riff 1, finally one that works. So that'll go there. Now this is the tricky part. What I was saying about being a live, kind of the live loops table, why it's called live, because you do things on the fly live. Like I'll start the full bar, the full row, but I know after the drum completes one rotation that I need to switch over, but I don't switch over the whole row because that would stop the one shot. So you hit the bar and then hit the next one. And I'm gonna have other guitar parts in that second row that I have to hit all of them at this. You know, I have to hit them real quick. Thankfully, the thing has a timing delay. It sets it up for you. You hit it. You can either make it start when you touch it, or you can make it start on time after you touch it. There's pretty cool features for this live loop table. So let's get some more guitar parts in here so we can really hear what's going on. The loops. So I need to open this back up. And we're gonna solo out guitar 1, riff 1. Export as a wave. There. That'll stop happening. Now I gotta pop the iTunes. Guitar 1, riff 1 goes into the phone. So now we can go to the phone, look for it in here, move the file, go down to G, I think. There it is. It takes a moment. Guitar 1, riff 1. Okay, let's do the other section of that. Real spiffy quick. So now we solo out the second guitar track. So it's kind of tedious. You got to do it to every piece. First, you got to make sure every piece is accurate, which is what I did last night. And oh shoot, I just saved it in the wrong spot. I'll have to go find it later and delete it. Let's do that again. I never have to label it. I don't even know what it called it. And this one is guitar 2, riff 1. Clickety click, clickety click. Grab it. And ta-da! Guitar 2, riff 1. I think I did that right. So now it's on the phone. Alright, so here, like, this is cool. We'll start this one. And then jump to those 3, but the one-shots are still going because I didn't hit the triangle to start the other 3. I just hit them individually while the one-shots are still going. And when the one-shot ends, I'll hit the triangle for the next row so it'll kick in. So, you know what I mean? When it's time, I'll hit the arrow to start the whole next row once the one shot is done, and then everything will kick in timed. Hopefully. I'm looking for the DAW. Duh. Alright, so we got both solos, we got both guitars, and the drum. We're moving on. We're actually moving on. Oh my goodness. So let's do the next drum part. These get kind of confusing here. This one's only 2 bars. Solo the drum. Export. Eventually I'm going to get faster and faster at this, right? Eventually. This is drum with riff 2. And I put it on the phone. Guitar 1. Guitar. Where'd it go? Oh, duh, we're doing the drum in this one, right? Yeah, this is drum with riff 2, I believe. It's late. And I'm feeling it. Now it's on the phone. Up to the D's, drum with riff 2. Okay, it's coming together. Oi. Guitar 1, riff 2. Guitar 1, riff 2. Guitar 1, riff 2. My goodness, we're getting somewhere. Solo that out. Guitar 2, riff 2. Guitar 2, riff 2. Okay. Guitar 2. Oh, I gotta save it. Guitar 2, riff 2. Whoop. I thought I opened that. Ta-da. Ta-da. 2, riff 2. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, the next section, this is why I colored it to help me out. This is a 2B section. This is like an outro. So it's a variation of riff 2. So I label it with a B so I know it's next. What is it? Oh, this is guitar 2, 2B. Guitar 2, riff 2B. Moving right along. Solo out. Guitar 1, riff 2B. Guitar 1, riff 2B. Losing track of which one I'm going on here. Guitar 1, riff 2B. Now we need the drum to be. We need the drum to be good. Solo out the drum part. Pain in the butt here. What am I doing? Drum with riff 2B. Drum with riff 2B. Okay. Okay. Close that. Open that. Drum with riff 2B is on the phone. I know, I talk to myself. It keeps me on task. Now we gotta find the D drum with riff 2B. And that leads in to this other riff. Moving right along. We're on the final stages here. Oh my goodness. I don't need to redo the drums for this one, as a matter of fact, because that is this one again. So I'm going to edit, copy, and paste that one into that one. There, that saved me some work. I didn't have to make another loop out of that one. It was already there. Just because I happen to use the same drum riff for this part. That I used, I believe, for this part. No. Oh my goodness. Oh. It was this one. I didn't see it because the screen was moved over. This one. Is also the drum part for this. I believe. No, that's not the same one. Oh, I got the wrong one. Did I screw up? Oh my goodness, I might have found an error. It's this one. It's this one. Yeah. The same drum part with the slow guitar part. I used the same drum part for the fast part on the other side of it. So is that what I did here? Or did I just copy and paste the wrong one? The next is the guitar parts for that one, and we're good to go. Oh my goodness. Three more loops to finish this loop table. So the first guitar loop actually ended up being 8 bars because, I'll show you actually. That is up on the screen, right? If I go 2 bars, let me just make sure I'm actually showing you what's on the screen here. Yeah. So many different windows on top of stuff. Everything's layered up. Blocking my view. Okay. Because I do that once in a while. I'll change views and forget and not go back. So like I was saying, I could go with 2 bars, but if you listen to the start and stop of the loop, oh, it's gonna freak out now. Prioritize your driver, please. It's alright, but it's not. There's a little tick that I don't like, and if I go 4 bars, the tone isn't right at the end. It doesn't match the tone at the beginning. And if I go 6, same issue. I think it's a tone issue from one to the other. I think that one's more of a timing issue. But if I go all the way, that was a weird noise. If I go all the way to 8, it's almost flawless. So we're gonna run that one as an 8-bar loop, which won't matter. It won't matter. So this is guitar 1, riff 3. Riff 3. Guitar 1. Riffage. Riffage. Riffage number 3. Guitar riffage number 3. Needs to go on the phone. Via iTunes. Now it's on the phone. Go grab it. Let it move it automatically. Guitar riff 3. Right? Guitar 1. Riff 3. There it is. Guitar 1, riff 3. Two more. Mute that one. Go to guitar 2 as solo. And this one, I went with 4 bars. For similar reasons. It just, the way it clipped it sounded better. Okay, pretty cool riff, pretty simple. That was the whole point of this, trying to simple it down a little bit, but have enough layers and texture to actually make it sound badass. If that makes any sense. Instead of trying too hard to make it an overly complicated riff, and you know what I mean? Just trying to step outside of my box and learn, expand my skills, I guess. I don't know. This is guitar 2, riff 3. Guitar 2, riff 3. To the iTunes transfer hub. Guitar 2, riff 3. Consider it hubbed. Now it's on the phone. It already wants to move it. Guitar 2, riff 3. Thank you very much. One more. And this is actually an addition to the song than what I was originally doing. This one, while I was doing this track last night, I kind of found another little layer I wanted to add. I wanted to add a little deeper lower end. So those last two chugs, dun, 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 versus the other ones where they go high. Let's hear them together. See, I'm seeing a volume issue that I probably might have to I missed. But and that one's only 2 bars because again, the way I ended up playing it, clipping it, the loop worked better as 2 bars. Luckily, it was only actually a 2-bar riff. Last one. This is the last one. We're going to play with the loop table now for a minute. This is guitar 3. Guitar 3's first appearance is at riff 3. There wasn't 3 guitar parts for the whole song, just for riff 3. Just because I just wanted to add another layer. Guitar 3, riff 3, transferred to the phone. And that's the end of that. I can close the iTunes and save on my computer here. I am done transferring all these files. I'm going to hit save just because. So I don't need my DAW open anymore. Let's move that last file, guitar 3, riff 3. There it is. One more file right there. Done. So, why did I do all this? So I can go like this. I messed up my timing when I hit that. Let me do that again. I hit the wrong one too. Much better. So now I can regulate how many times they repeat, so I can start like writing some lyrics and figuring out how many times they repeat and start creating a format. And I can also tweak around with it, like, and maybe swap out one of these for a different one. There's a volume issue on that swap. Oops. But yeah, so then, you know, if you're familiar with GarageBand and the Live Loops table, you know, you hit record and you get your, you know, you get it, your system down how you want to play it out, and you can record it on the fly like I just did. And even with the mess ups, after you mess up, you can go back and clip those out and slide everything back over and line everything back up, dude. It's one of my favorite tools for creating music. I used this when I made my song Tools of the Divine, In the Hands of the Wicked. I did this exact same thing. I created guitar tracks and I moved them over to this live loop table where I created a format to fit the lyrics that I had written like a year before. You know what I mean? It's not like I wrote this song to fit the lyrics. I wrote these tracks and I'm like, hey, that would sound good if I could make it fit this poem I wrote. So I used this table to format it to fit, you know, the repeats for the number of stanzas or verses in the lyrics, and it was really almost flawless. It's nice and seamless. It's clean, you know. I can experiment around with, like I said, combining different, like one of that speedy track with the slower track, and in doing so I noticed a volume discrepancy that I can probably master out of it, you know, fix it, repair it, and do some more final touches, you know, before it's all said and done. Because now I can start thinking about lyrics and how many times things repeat, and people like my friend, my drummer, he can use this and make a certain section repeat and not play any of the drums. He can mute out the drum tracks and just play the guitar riffs and let them repeat and repeat and repeat until he bangs out just the right one, just like I did with the guitar. Like I said earlier in the video, I repeated the drum track and played the one riff over and over and over and over and over and over again until I got that loop to fit just right and sound good at the end and start. And I'm leaning towards trying to do it that style when I finally get my drum mic set up on his drum kit, and just, you know, have him bang away at some riffs for a while and then take what I got and see where I can swap out the live drums for this drum package that I got from Easy Drummer 2. And then maybe some other things in store for this track. Sky's the limit, guys. I got some weird shit going on. Always something cooking. Always something cooking over here. It may never make sense. It might not always taste good, but sometimes it's saucy. So thank you. I'm thank you, Frank Terzo, for hanging out, especially during the big old snafu in the beginning where it wasn't working as planned. And because I actually had a viewer, I figured I'd persist and get it figured out instead of coming back another day. And it worked out. So now I have this track on my live loops table to experiment with. And I'm going to call it a night because, again, it was a late night last night, and this is getting a late again tonight. Still not quite as late as last night, but I need to slow down. So have a good night. Rock on, guys. Everybody, if you come and check out the show after, you rock too. And remember, subscribe, follow, check out that QR code earlier, and follow my channels, etc., and all that self-promotion, self-indulgent jargon. Good night, guys. Peace out.